There's an intriguing story told of a criminal defense lawyer who once represented a certain criminal who was charged with murder and whose guilt was quite obvious. The attorney made a huge effort to defend his client, but he realized that neither the judge nor the jury found his arguments convincing. Finally, before the jury left the courtroom to deliberate and reach a verdict, the judge invited the lawyer to make one more closing statement. "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury," the lawyer confidently announced, "I know that you think my client committed the murder, but I have news for you. The real killer is about to enter the courtroom." Picture the scene immediately. All 12 members of the jury and the judge turn their heads towards the door, curiously waiting to see who is going to enter the room. After about a minute of tense silence, during which nobody entered the room, the lawyer again spoke and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, what I said is not true. The real killer will not be coming into the courtroom today, but I would like to point out that all of you, including the judge, turned to the door expecting to see the real killer. Apparently, none of you are truly convinced that my client is guilty. You still have a reasonable doubt about his guilt, and that's enough of a reason to let him free. Thank you." The court hearing was adjourned and the jury went to its room to deliberate. They later returned to the courtroom and announced that they found the defendant guilty as charged. The lawyer was stunned. "What happened? I gave such a convincing argument to prove that you're uncertain, my dear sir." The lead juror replied, "It's true that the jury and the judge looked curiously at the door to see who would come in. But there was one person in the courtroom that did not look at the door, and that was your client. He's obviously certain that he's guilty, and we are certain too." And this story conveys a vital message for us as we're about to prepare for our own trial on Rosh Hashanah. And we need to be convinced of our innocence, that we are truly worthy of a favorable judgment. This week's Parshas is giving us the key to real innocence, that when we come on Rosh Hashanah, we are going to prove ourselves to the Hashem that we are innocent. The Michtav Eliyahu brings a very powerful idea. He says a person should take a piece of paper before Rosh Hashanah, and on one side of the paper, he should write all the good things that happened to Klal Yisrael, all the happy times. And on the other side, he should write all the hard times, all the tzoros, all the pain that we've had in the previous year. That page is the page that the Rabbi Shalom wrote last Rosh Hashanah. This Rosh Hashanah, we have a new opportunity. We have an opportunity to show the Rabbi Shalom we are innocent. We want life. Why? Because we want to serve Him. Because we want to become better people. Because we want to become closer to the Rabbi Shalom. And when we're sure of our innocence and the purpose of our life, then Be'ezah Hashem, the Rabbi Shalom will give us all a chasima v'chasima toiva and a git gebench.